cooler out, and I'm having to pay a gas bill to keep the place marginally tolerable so I can sleep at night without my teeth chattering. I've got to deal with this damper here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. I look at the camera here and see if yeah, okay. Let's see the damper. Now this damper, that would be open. This would be closed, but in addition to that, there's evidence here that there was another piece of metal that slid in here that you could adjust these vents, you know, how much airflow you wanted to do. Well, I don't know if we'll be burning anything in this fireplace other than candles, and if we did, I think it'd be sufficient just to open the damper and then close it when done. So I bought a piece of metal. I'm going to cut to the size of this thing. Hopefully I'll cut it with my tin snips. And I'll clean this up first. Now, the guy had come out and looked at this. He managed to get this damper out of here, and I'm not sure how he did that. Hope it comes out, because it's going to be real hard to do what I want to do if it doesn't. He had it out of there completely, so here we go. Alrighty. So yeah, these are retainer nibs here. This thing would have slid in here. Some kind of a knob, I suppose, and then you could adjust the flow. So first thing I'm going to do is get the wire wheel after this. Clean it up a little bit so it's maybe a little easier to handle, and then decide whether I'm going to cut that piece to go in here. I'm not going to duplicate the slots for the flow, or just something to close this up, and you know, take it from there. So let's get this thing into a place where I can work with it and get the drill, the little wire wheel thingy I bought, and let's start cleaning this up. Alright, got a little cone wire wheel thing here on the drill. Let's see what kind of mess we can make. Yeah, the lovely smell of iron oxide. Maybe I should go get a dust mask. Alright, let's have a go at it. You get the idea. I'll finish cleaning this up and come right back. Alright, that's a little nicer, a little easier to work with. We'll wipe that down. I could put something on there and that would lay fairly flat. Now on the other hand, it might be easier to just, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use some silicone and stick the thing on there. That way if you ever do decide that we need to open it up for some reason, build a fire in there, you could just cut through that silicone, get it off of there, remove the metal. This, I don't know, let's see what this does. It's actually not too bad considering how we're going to attach this. Might also, I got a little eye-ring, I just hook eye or whatever to use as a knob to pull the thing shut with. And if I mount it on this side and have to pull the thing closed, that might have a tendency to, pull away from there. Maybe I should mount it to the back, drill this thing through it, and that way if I'm pulling the metal against metal and not pulling the against the silicone that I'm going to seal it with. So maybe I should just, still, it looks a little bit better at least, so what the heck, huh? Let me clean up this side and then we'll see. There's a little piece of metal. What you know. Still have to shave a little bit off of it, but I have to cut it to length anyway, and then narrow it down a bit. Maybe cut those little corners out of there so I can cover the whole surface. And once that's all trimmed to size, then drill a hole. And I can use that then to pull the damper shut, because you just push it in to open it, and then this you can use to pull it shut with. And okay, yeah, looks like a plan. And so let's finish cleaning this side up. I just flipped my trash can, garbage can, debris can, whatever term you want to use. Use that as a little workbench right now. And all right, so we'll back side of this off and come back again. I think this will work. I just gotta wipe the dust off with something other than my hand. And all that dust everywhere now, of course. But now I'll measure and cut the sheet metal. Wish me luck. And when it's all put together, or all cut to shape, then get the silicone and glue this down. So let me clean up a bit first. This is a mess. Now we'll get this lined up here, and we don't have to be right at the edge. Would be here's the hair thin hair in. Alright, and then mark our lines, and go get the snippers and see what kind of success I have with cutting this. Alright, I'm gonna sit for this part here. Don't need to stand. And let's see here, I'm going to cut inside the line, so we don't need to extend all the way out. I just need to get my little thingy here. Alright. Yeah. How about we're cutting pretty good. The only problem is pushing on in to the metal. A bit of resistance to that, since it's not really thin. If you heard a little train whistle, that's my phone saying you have texts, or a text. Alright. A little easier now that we've got some distance through the metal, and flex out of the way. And let's just make it easier on myself. Cut from the other side. Alright, there's my length. Now, next trick, cut the width. And let me go ahead and do that, and we shall continue after that. piece cut here, and now there's just a couple of little tabs here that we'll have to deal with. Line this thing up and mark where the end is. Along there. And then we'll find out where to put this mark. Okay. Alrighty. And let's cut those corners out. Side of the line, because this isn't a big issue. A little extra room, give you some flexibility. And let's get this side. All right, now let's see how we did. Alright, plenty of room to fiddle with. And I'm going to pound these corners down a little bit. We'll snip off the corners just to be, so we don't have anything real sharp. Okay. And looks good. So let's just clean up the corners a bit just for safety's sake, I guess. Plenty of room. Plenty of room to deal with. And all right, looks good to me. I have to wipe this all down a bit. Let's get a hammer and let's hammer those edges a little flatter. Except I don't have a hammer. I seem to have misplaced my hammer. Don't know where my hammer has gone. So let me see if I can smooth these things out. Get a rag to wipe this down and we'll take it from there. While I was at it, I took a little soap, dish soap, to the metal. It's besides being dirty, it is often coated with a little something to keep it from rusting. It's sitting on the shelves at the home improvement store. So what I also did is I bought this thing, a cheap alternative. I'm going to drill a hole and I'm going to mount this to it. That way I can push it open, then I can use this to pull it closed. So I got a 2x4 under here, and I've got a 16-penny nail handy. So what I'm going to do is just center punch, and yep, until I find my hammer, I will use the hatchet. So this is a hatchet job. Alrighty, so I got a little dimple there, and sure glad I got my drill bits. This says it's 3/16. I don't have any reason to doubt it. But, let's go get the drill bits, or the drill bit. Drill that hole, put that on, or maybe I won't, because I think what I'll do is when I put the silicone on, I will flip it over, probably put the crowbar on it to hold it down until it cures. Then I'll come back and attach the eye bolt there. Alright, got our little dimple for our drill to sit in. And I'll just double check, 3/16. Alrighty, ready. So I think we are ready to attach the metal. Siliconize. This is a word I just made up, I don't know. And some silicone around the perimeter and maybe a couple of spots down there. Press this thing on. Then I'll take that crowbar and I'll set it on there, and then that's going to take several hours to cure, and then we'll get back to putting the eye bolt in there and put it back in place. Let's see if we accomplished what we set out to do. Okay, you can see the silicone's on, so let's clip this thing with my pencil over on top of it. Lay it into that silicone. Silicone. And getting some on one's finger. Alright, I think we'll flip this thing over. That way the weight of it will help press that down into the silicone. Finger. Okay, looks like we're seated. Looks like we're seated. Alright, a little extra weight on there. that set up now. And then come back and see what we end up with. Put the knob on it and reinstall it into the fireplace. I had to leave this sit overnight. Silicone kind of has a smell like vinegar, and it was still smelling pretty vinegary last night, so wait until today, and so we are now ready. Put the little grabber thingy on here. So let's take the one nut off, stick it in the hole, and put the nut back on it, and see if we can tighten that thing down and get that thing positioned the way I want it. Crescent wrench here. A little snugness. Yeah, there we go. I think we are attached. Righty. Alright, that's what it looks like. So once it's in there, we're able to pull it closed with that. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with something else, get in the way, and we shall go and insert it and find out. I position the camera lower so that maybe you can see how this ends up going here. We'll get this seat here in place, and the silicone's not completely dry. I can still smell that vinegar aspect to it. And try to remember how I got this thing in and out. Okay, well, that's not it. Get it raised up higher. Maybe. Thought it came out that way. Alright, there's one hole that's in. And must be some kind of a raise it up over that. gap we were on either side of it here, so that's yeah, there we go. That kind of works the way intended here, but I think I'm still gonna have to put it seals up pretty good along the top. It just seems like there's a little gap over here yet, but that's a heck of a lot better than it was. This was all open, and you know, if you still want to burn something, I guess. I don't know how hot that silicone can get, but you could just open this damper up and then close it when you're done. And okay, that works pretty much as intended. So sooty fingers. Alright, so now there won't be so much heat loss out of there. And I'll take that piece of plywood that I bought and cut it so it fits in here one way or the other. And it'll close this up a little bit better maybe than what it is now, but okay, that's that project. Making the chimney flue fly away as far as the heat loss goes. Look what I found while doing some reverse construction in the back, laying on a shelf. Part of the missing piece for the damper. And here's a little piece where you would have held on to it to slide it back and forth to control the airflow. And then the other half of it is, Lord only knows where that's at. But yeah, that's the piece, and that's what it looks like. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll keep it just for conversation's sake.